Since a widow doesn't have a husband to care for her, an orphan doesn't have parents to provide for and protect him, and a foreigner has no advocate, Jehovah steps in and fills those roles personally.
Don't get fooled by the wholesome exterior of what Milhouse said over here, because this religion has absolutely no program or no organizational effort to help these people in need. What he's saying is the opposite of helping. This whole speech is about how this religion predates upon the most vulnerable people out there, like widows and orphans, so they can convert them into this cult. And we're going to break it down right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's begin.
The fact that Jehovah takes personal responsibility for such ones is further seen in Proverbs 19:17. The one showing favor to the lowly is lending to Jehovah, and he will repay him for what he does. Let's walk through the process that this verse describes. First, we assist the lowly, or we show favor to them in some way. We help them in a practical way. We encourage them. We make sure they get justice or care for something else they're in need of. Well, as discussed, Jehovah has assumed the responsibility to care for these disadvantaged ones. So when we step in and assist, Jehovah views this as if we are giving to him, assisting him with his responsibility.
Jehovah's Witnesses do not help the needy in any practical way. Individual Jehovah's Witnesses may be good neighbors, but the Jehovah's Witnesses as a whole do not have any sort of organized activity to help people in need. Notice how the only example that Jeff can come up with to show during his speech is the very antiquated and seldom used alphabetization program, where they use the same pamphlet they'd been using for over half a century to help people learn how to read and write. Not everything, mind you, but how to read and write about jw.org. This started back when they sold books to teach people how to read their books, and it was always used as a way to establish a Bible study. It's not like they set up schools to teach people in need how to read and write. Instead, this is used when Jehovah's Witnesses want to indoctrinate analphabet people. That way, they can take advantage of their weakness, not knowing how to read, and capitalize on it by teaching them not just how to read, but also about what to read and what not to read. After all, if the person who taught you how to read told you you should never read anything from apostates, you're probably going to listen to that advice forever. By teaching people how to read, they can easily control the information that members have access to, which all cults need to do.
You must not pervert the judgment of the foreign resident or of the fatherless child, and you must not seize the garment of a widow as security for a loan. In the widow's case, no Israelite was to take her garment as security at all. Jehovah evidently wanted to eliminate any chance that she be left overnight without her garment to keep her warm. Isn't that beautiful?
No, it's not. This is terrible. Why is there a rule about you not being able to take a widow's clothes off their back as a security for a loan? That not only sounds like they used to do that until it became a problem, it also sounds like everyone else was fair game as long as they weren't widows. If these were God's chosen people, and if they were truly directed by God, why was there any poverty to begin with? If God couldn't make his own kingdom a utopia back when he was making all the rules and when he was supposed to protect his people, and yeah, that is Lucifer that you hear meowing in the background, what makes Jehovah's Witnesses think God will magically learn how to do it right in paradise?
In this case, it was related to the sacrifices the Israelites were to make to Jehovah for the forgiveness of their sins. We know the importance of blood in regard to sacrifices to atone ones from sin. Leviticus 17:11 tells us that it is the blood that makes atonement. However, note the provision made for the very poor in Israel found at Leviticus 5:11. Now, if he cannot afford 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, he must bring as his offering for his sin 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour for a sin offering. Regarding this, the Watchtower said, For the very poor, Jehovah chose to make an exception and allow a sin offering without blood. In Israel, poverty denied no one the blessing of atonement or the privilege of making peace with God.
It's funny how Jehovah's Witnesses believe that the Mosaic Law was the hardest law to abide by, when the Mosaic Law allowed people to do bloodless sacrifices, and current Jehovah's Witnesses cannot get a blood transfusion, even if it is to save their lives. Back in the Mosaic Law, if Israelites ate blood, all they had to do was to take a bath and be unclean until the next afternoon. Nowadays, there are no provisions like that for Jehovah's Witnesses who want to unrepentantly take blood transfusions. But that's not the God that Jehovah's Witnesses obey. Instead, Jehovah's Witnesses focus on the need to offer sacrifices, because obviously you know that your God is all-powerful and all-good when he needs you to kill animals and burn them just because he gets off on the smell. Seriously, that's not me making fun of him. That is literally on the Bible. And all of these bloodless sacrifices? Well, the important part wasn't that Jehovah was merciful. The important part was that Jehovah was going to get his sacrificial blood one way or another.
Furthermore, the sins of the entire nation, including the poor, were covered by the blood of the animals offered to God on the annual Day of Atonement. In this, we see Jehovah's reasonableness, his compassion, and his love for the disadvantaged. No one was left out, and they received the same refreshment from their sacrifice as any other Israelite.
Yes, no one was left out. Jehovah made sure that there was enough animal slaughtering to cover everyone. Because it's not enough for Jehovah to have created a world where animals literally kill each other all of the time to survive, with at least some being able to feel some degree of pain and suffering while that happens. No, Jehovah also needs you to kill animals for him. After all, you are the only animal that can burn other animals, and that's the smell Jehovah likes.
And here's an important question. When you think about the special place Jehovah has in his heart for disadvantaged ones, how does that make you feel about him? Doesn't it draw you closer to Jehovah? We can't help but love him for it.
This direct appeal to emotion is completely worthless, but it shows you how little Jehovah's Witnesses have nowadays to justify their love for Jehovah, and hence for this religion. You're supposed to want to be a Jehovah's Witness and serve Jehovah for all eternity because he had a clause that said that widows were off the hook when it came to giving their clothes off their back to get some money to survive, and that Jehovah made sure Israelites killed enough animals, burned their flesh, and spilled enough blood to cover for everyone's sins. Isn't that the kind of God you'd love to love?
Jehovah's love and care for the disadvantaged is in such stark contrast to the way such ones are often treated in the world. Sadly, the world often steps on the disadvantaged, taking more advantage of them because they can.
You mean like preying on uneducated people to convert them into your religion?
Further, whom does the world praise and promote? Isn't it typically the beautiful, the rich, the talented, the funny, the charismatic? Whereas the common person, even more so the disadvantaged, often doesn't receive such favor.
Is that why Jehovah picked you and the rest of the most boring and uncharismatic man on earth to be the governing body? Let's just let Jeff list the kind of vulnerable people Jehovah's Witnesses should prey upon.
For example, we certainly have widows in our midst today, and our hearts truly go out to these dear ones. But couldn't we also include in this group wives who are neglected or abused by their husbands, verbally, emotionally, or physically? Such ones don't have the normal protection expected of a husband. Couldn't we also include single parents, either because of the death of a mate or because of divorce or abandonment? Along with orphans, couldn't we include children of single parents, children of parents addicted to alcohol or drugs, or children of parents suffering from severe depression or other debilitating mental illness? In these cases, the children may not be getting the normal care and training that's due them. And what about foreigners? These are disadvantaged because they have no advocate, no legal recourse for protection. couldn't we also include in this group ones who are minorities in the land where they live, and so are often discriminated against? Really, we could include any who do not have the normal protection due them, or just don't have the same opportunities as others. Any who feel disadvantaged, such as the impoverished, the disabled, those with a lack of education or training, those who, because of unfavorable circumstances in their youth, didn't get a fair chance. And the list could go on.
Well, that pretty much sums up all kinds of vulnerable people that Jehovah's Witnesses can take advantage of. That being said, despite just saying how Jehovah can help everyone, he's about to tell us how we can't just expect him to help everyone like he's some sort of god or something.
Have you personally experienced Jehovah's loving help in your situation? Of course, living during the time that we do, we know that we can't expect Jehovah to shield us from every hardship that comes our way. But have you seen him help you endure? Have you experienced him provide for you? Have you seen him answer a prayer at just the right time? Have you come across a scripture or article from the publications that gave you just what you needed when you needed it? Have you seen Jehovah's care through a thoughtful word or timely practical help from one of your brothers or sisters in the congregation? That is Jehovah residing with you. You are not alone. Jehovah is reviving your heart. He has assumed responsibility for your care. He takes it personally.
Yup, he takes it so personally that he always uses other persons to do this for him. Seriously, it's like Jehovah's Witnesses nowadays just decided to completely disregard the basic meaning of words. Things cannot be both flammable and inflammable, Jeffrey.
Jehovah's care for the disadvantaged will be fully expressed in the new world when all disadvantages will be removed. Psalm 145, verse 16 says, "You open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing." Not just the prominent, not just the favored, but Jehovah will satisfy the desire of every living thing. That includes you. The Watchtower said, "The fulfillment of Jehovah's promises will be so impressive that the difficulties and trials of the present time will pale into insignificance. In the coming paradise, the blessings from Jehovah will surpass our imagination."
Well, if the Watchtower said it, then now I'm convinced. We went through this already. Jehovah had a chance to lead his people into a utopia with the Israelites, and he couldn't. He had a chance to literally start a new universe to create a utopia for humans from scratch, and he couldn't do it. If Jehovah had a paradise in mind when he inspired the psalmist into writing this out-of-context verse of a forgotten song, then his track record proves Jehovah will find a way to fuck it up yet again. But that's all for now. Don't forget you can watch the full version of the broadcast in a couple of days on Patreon or as a YouTube supporter. If you excuse me, I need to put off a fire over here because this inflammable gasoline is not working. You are supposed to want to be a Jehovah's Witness and serve Jehovah for all eternity because he had a clause that said that widows were of the... Oh, Jesus Christ, Lucifer. Oh my God, what you want? Mother Christus.